Good morning, 'tis Thursday and there is some serious aviation updates going on, but the dog's telling me he's going crazy, but I need to scrape out. We may have got back at 3:30 in the morning, but yeah, I didn't show you a vast big swathe of Highland show, only because no one tends to want to see me walking around the showground looking at the same thing that everybody else is looking at. So we just enjoyed our day, which was absolutely amazing. And we saw people, we met people. Honestly, it was really good. But back to farm work. Lame cow is still lame. The foot guy's on his way. I think we could do with a crush at the back of here, just so that we could have a look at this. Do you know what I mean? Which is kind of handy if it was in this space. But yeah, bless her, look, she's just holding her foot up. She's not happy. I don't really know what it is. She was fine before she came in this shed, so I don't know whether she's got a bit of stone or something, or it's just that rough concrete that she's not happy with. Johnny was an absolute star yesterday. He did such a good job. Everything is absolutely perfect when we've got back. Thank you, Johnny, so much. It's just so strange to think that we went away for the day. Yes, there was someone here, but we went away for the day and the cows carried on milking. Crazy time. Carly's here putting fertiliser on. Foot baths are now out. You watch these a week later kind of thing. But yeah, foot baths are out. They were just shitting in them, to be perfectly honest. And we were changing them twice a day, but they were just proving really, really hard to keep clean. Really, really hard. So yeah, we've just taken them out and I'm going to put them, I think, up the middle and then fill them purposely, on purpose, whatever. Going to fill them and then divert the cows through once or twice a week. So yeah, they won't be going through it every day, a couple of times a day with a weak solution, but more a strong solution once or twice a week, which we can do, which is just a new change that we're making. There's a sheep out. Carl is putting fertiliser on and the sheep have got out. So Win is just helping me. So the field that we to grow barley in twice, we've put it back to grass. It literally is all it'll grow. The rabbits here are horrendous. So basically surrounding this field that you can see, all the way around in a horseshoe shape is some very unkept fields, not like cultivated in any way. They're literally just old pasture, nothing. There's horses in them, Royce horses, there's horses in them, a couple of sheep at the most, that kind of thing. Nothing is done with them, so the rabbits literally live in there. It's an absolute haven for them to be in this edge, because they nip on in, they eat all this, they go back. So we've had people with ferrets, we've had people, and this isn't an advertisement for people to want to come and do stuff. Please don't take that as that. We have lots of people that are willing to help us with things like that. But yeah, it was a complete disaster. It didn't do very well at all, and then we whole cropped the barley, and yeah, it was just rubbish, to be fair. It was absolutely rubbish. So we're putting it back to grass. I think there's a ryegrass going in here, as it's faster growing and it will outcompete with like the docks and the weeds that do try and come through. But yeah, it's one of them things. It's away from home. It's not necessarily on our doorstep, and we just possibly didn't take the greatest, well, we did, we slug pelleted it and stuff, but we could have taken better care of it to, you know, improve it a little bit more, but we didn't. So grass is the only way forward. He looks good at anything, but he likes to look at everything he sees with those over my shoulder. So when we had the garage, this is on the whole Grenadier subject, when we had the garage, we looked after how many Land Rovers was there? They were white. I've got a picture of one, and it's going through the window at the garage in a flood. I'll put it in just because I have to try and find the picture, but it's a cool picture because it literally smashed through the showroom window in a flood. So there's about maybe 12 Land Rovers, and we used to look after them all. And funnily enough, today we've just got a snapshot from somebody. I don't know if they meant to send it though, that's the only thing. They have got the first 2 Grenadiers delivered, and I can tell you I am suitably impressed. Like, I mean it. I know Roy's thinking it's not a discovery, but like it's the way that it's like a defender, but there's somewhere to put your arm, and there's enough room for me to be in the middle there, and you're like you're this far over. Do you know what I mean? Like in a defender, you're always like squished in that tiny middle like seat, weren't you, on that box seat? And like you'd have Big Roy on one side and Roy on the other, and like Big Roy would have a fag in his hand with the window off, and it was just horrendous. It's just traumatic memories for me. But anyway, yeah, I quite like it. Do you like it? Yeah, he's nodding. That's a resounding success from Roy, to be perfectly honest. There's a man here. There's a man here. I don't know who he is. He just turns up. And what you do is I don't want to see camping stuff. Where's all your stuff?
I'm camping at...
He's camping. He's camping at a Highland show.
Well, I've got my bed. I've got my sleeping bag. I've got my kettle, which is the most important thing for me tea.
You've got a spare petrol can?
No,
you can take the lad out of the army.
Water. That's water.
No, that.
Oh, diesel.
Diesel?
Yeah, you always got to carry spare diesel. You don't want your vehicle running out.
You can take the lad out of the army, but you can't take the army out of the lad.
And that's me set up for a week.
Going touting all your Ridgeline goods. If you see Nigel, say hi to him. Yeah. I won't lie, I've never seen such a tiny man in a big car.
I got a booster seat.
Hey, what did I just say? He never listens to me anyway. So why do I even waste my breath and try? Then he takes me in his arms while winking at the waitress, and I feel the alarms. More trouble than he's worth. More trouble than he's worth. And irreconcilable differences that either we can make it work. He's just more trouble than he's worth.
So I only have one problem, that I don't know whether I'm going to sit around here anymore. So we'll soon see. I don't know. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to. Mine, kids. Mine. Ah! It's touching the tractor. She's done it, she's done it. That took some careful manoeuvring, and that took some careful driving. She's such a good driver. Sorry. Got a bit excited there, got a bit excited. Oh, we've got another one coming up. Oh, more one coming in. Trying to avoid it this time. Do not turn around. Do not turn around. It's turning around. My ladies. Yippee! Excuse the mom. This cow is doing my head in. Baby girl, what is the crack? That will be about maybe the fourth time I have had to pull her out. Luckily for Roy, he can pull her out by hand. I'm not strong enough, I can't do that. So I literally need to get this strap, which now lives in here, behind her, like in front of her chest, and just pull her out backwards. But it takes me forever. Roy's over there, I'm just going to shout him and tell him to pull her out, because I don't want her to lunge forward and get underneath that bar and get stuck. If you look, you can see why she can't get up here. Hold on. So can you see how her... Sorry, wrong way. Can you see how her neck is touching that bar. So she's trying to lunge forwards and she can't because the neck's stopping her on that bar. So that's why she's stuck. They need that lunge to be able to stand up. Can you see how she can get the lunge forward? So that's the issue. But it's literally one cow out of the whole shed. So actually, I don't really know what the protocol is for this. Like, how do you stop her lunging forward when actually she's in a different cubicle every time I've found her? So it's not like she frequents one cubicle or even one side. I don't know. But it's definitely not a cubicle issue when it's one animal out of so many. I've been to Lloyd's. Car's in for a recall. Something to do with the EGR valve. Anyway, they've let me a courtesy car. Honest to God, it's like a car showroom. People are going to get the wrong idea about me. None of them are mine. It's not even like a good feeling. It's like a terrified feeling. Is this what other farmers feel like? Like, you don't want people to think that you're doing well in some ways. So I'm like, they're not mine. I swear to God, they're not mine. Petitioning for this though in my wildest dreams. I'm sowing the seed, doing little sly digs every now and again that I quite like it to stay. I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere. Look at it. Somewhere. Look at it. Aviation updates. I love it. I love it. I'm always on the phone and he literally ran away from me. I am so embarrassing. So embarrassing. Did you chase them planes? Well, you got to get that plane. You was going to get it, weren't you? He was going to get it. He was going to catch it, weren't you? He was going to catch it. Sorry, I'll literally slow that down and make it that I wasn't jumping up and down as I ran down the driveway. Look at her. She's just beautiful. Aren't you beautiful? Hey? Okay, so drying cows off. Now, we had our dairy inspection the other day and it was absolutely fine. The guy was really nice. Just keep the tops of the robots clean, etc, etc. But we were talking about, and I don't know whether he's meant to give advice, but obviously he would know more than anybody, about drying off. And he said, do you use, which is I think a standard question, do you use antibiotic tubes while drying your cows off? And I said, yes, that's what we've been advised to do for now until we find our feet. So we are tubing every single one with an antibiotic tube and then a sealant. Apparently some people don't do this. Now, I don't know this. I can only speak from our own experience, which is very limited. So yeah, we are using, I'll show you what we're using, so I'll just put it down on the floor. We are using one of these up the teat, and then we are using one of these up the teat. So these here are the ladies that I have dried off, and they just need running up the yard and they can go into the dry cow shed. Now they're just going to go on one side of the dry cow shed and then they'll be fed very little to hopefully aid the drying off process, and then in a couple of days they can be thrown outside with the rest of them, because obviously these are the furthest away from calving. There's just 4 that need to stay in, that's it. So they get a special dry cow nut. Jen's just cut my hair. Does everyone just want to have a little that's all. Okay, so these are my existing dry cows. So these are the girls that are closest to calving, and they're having a special nut thing to aid them in being healthy. So these ladies here are going for PDM, pregnancy detection. Go on, lassie. Aviation updates. Cooey.
He never wants to watch my shows. Says he'd rather drink a beer and go hang out with those losers he calls friends.
I mean, this is fun because you know it's gonna go wrong. Oh, down we go again.
Money ain't the only thing that he won't spend. And he starts working his old charms while texting with my best friend. And off go the alarms.
That was the look of death. That was video me and I'm about to kill you. So I'm walking away gracefully with my bones intact. Like, we have several tractors, don't we? Like, I literally have no comment right now. Just wait until I get out. I'm sliding.
More trouble than he's worth. And irreconcilable differences that either we can make.
Like, you know when there's sensible people.
Just more trouble than he's worth. More trouble than he's worth.
So, we have a ongoing problem. We do not have enough feed space. Now, we were aware of this, we've always been aware of it, and we were just waiting on the conveyor belt being done on the other side. But today, what we're going to do in the meantime is we're going to put the portequip trailer that we've just been messing around with in that field, emptying out, etc. We're going to bring it round and we're going to put it in here with feeding, because in the morning when you go out, the fast lane is absolutely ramming. There isn't enough feed space, we know that, but we thought we'd kind of cope with it in the short term until everything's finished. Turns out we're not. So swapping over to the other silage, it's a lot wetter basically, so they're needing to eat more of it to get less out of it, if you know what I mean. Now, don't get me wrong, that will get better, but it's just us messing with the silage. It's not ideal at all. Roy needs to feed more silage to get the same amount of goodness as we were before, because obviously our old silage was a year and a bit old. It fermented perfectly. Everything was good about it. It was good silage. We tested it. It was good silage. This stuff is fresh. It's new. It's not ideal. It's what we've got. We don't have a choice. So, behind me we have just what will eventually become the grazeway. A very large grazeway. I think we've given far too much room to this, but never mind. We didn't know what we were expecting. These here are obviously going to be moved. That is where the cows are stood behind. And then we're going to turn this here. We're going to have the portequip feeder in here, fill it to the top with meal and silage like we do out the front, and hopefully get a few more cows fed and stop the congestion over on that side. This side here will still be sick bay. This will still be sick bay. But yeah. So we're literally just tidying up. As you can see, we've got bits of plastic, bales of shavings, unfinished building goods have just been thrown behind that wall. We've just taken everything out of here that doesn't need to be in. Footbaths that we took out because obviously we're not using them daily like we were, because they were just getting such a mess and they were counterproductive. But yeah, we still want a walkway though, annoyingly for Roy. We still want to be able to get out of this door here and walk out with buckets and stuff, because we're carrying really heavy buckets full of milk for calves. So we don't want to stop that or stop us being able to do that. So that door needs to be protected at all costs, because these cows will try and break in here. The keys are up there. Literally take those. So yeah, this needs to be protected. This door here, them cows cannot get near it. Now we're milking and now we're getting to know the shed and how it works. The idea of a walkway is not stupid. A human area where cows don't go is not a bad idea, and I don't know how or what that looks like, but I think that's definitely something to think about. So we can, well, like, so when people come, so say for instance, Auntie Christine comes, who's been to my mum's this weekend, and she wants to see the robots working, which a lot of people have done, right? At the minute, they're walking through this area, through that door, and they can see the robots without going in with the cows. They don't need to go near them, which is absolutely brilliant. The only thing is, if we turn this here into a feeding area and cows are in it, there is no access into those robots unless you walk through the cows. Now, that is not good planning. That's not ideal, to be honest. Now, when all the gates are up with the grazeway and stuff, that won't be an issue because they will be funneled through this area and they won't have the whole thing. But I think a walkway is actually, for now, a really good idea. And I don't quite know how we're going to do it. We're going to need some pretty big gates because Jersey's in it. But we do luckily have some very, very large gates. So this very large gate is like 17 foot long. I don't know if that's actually a size or whether my feet are just small. Or 17 of my feet's long. Maybe not 17 foot long. It's 17 of my feet long. So it will go over half, like over one doorway or one gateway and a bit, which is brilliant. That's kind of what we need. So I think we will utilise this. I will get the straps back on it and lift it round. It won't be to open because, I mean, like, look at the size of it. This is to go on the end of the lane eventually to just dissuade anyone from coming here. To be fair, anyone at all. We're just antisocial people. So I don't really know how I'm going to get it, but like, how hard can it be? Do you know what I mean? So they're getting the same blend, obviously, as the cows are getting. There's still some in here, which is good. So I'm just going to fill that trailer, bucket by bucket. Like, that is how we roll right now. Folks, the pokey poker out. I'm going with that's all right. This will be far easier if I wasn't talking to somebody down the lane. Just saying, I'm just saying. Okay, so I have the old trailer full of silage and I need to get it in that hole there. Now, I'm not a very good driver. I'm alright, but I'm not very good. Anyway, Roy's taking the Valtra. I'd need to drop the Keenan off and all the rest of it. I have a feeling that I'll be able to get it in easier like this. Unconventional, I know. I will let you watch though. And when I mess it up, because I will, I'll still let you see. Yeah, that's the miracle of not being full of yourself, like most farmers. I don't mind you seeing me being crap at things. He's going to be so cross. He's not here to stop me though. I'll even leave it like real time so you can see, which is even more embarrassing. It's all of a sudden very warm. So, in the shed. Red arrows are coming over at 2:30. Right. Not the point though. I need to somehow stop these cows escaping. I don't really know what to do. You're early! You can't be early! Guys, red arrows! not stuck to a schedule. Very disappointed. Very disappointed. I would have been stuck in the field and I got a good view. 2:33 north of Carlisle. It's 2:26 and we are very south of Carlisle. That's all I'm saying, RAF. That is all I am saying. Roy's coming, quick hide. I'm going to get told off for doing stuff. Like, if I wasn't stood here working, I wouldn't have seen those. I wouldn't have seen those. That's just... You know, come on. I'm so disappointed. The military are meant to arrive precisely when they mean to, not early. Like, why would they do that to us? Okay, so I think I've got enough gates to get me from, can you see that one there, to here, which is fine. Like, bear with me with some naive notion that we were going to outgrow yokel farming. Never. Never.
Then he takes me in his arms, and there's lipstick on his collar, and I pull the alarms. More trouble than he's worth. More trouble than he's worth. And irreconcilable differences, it ain't that we can make it work. He's just more trouble than he's worth.
Okie dokie, we just need some something to tie, and then we'll push this back. It fits snugly on the girder, and then I think I will have enough gates to come down here, and then that just leaves that obviously gated off, as you can see. We need enough room for cows to be around it. And I think I might go in the other gate and take those creep feeders out and put them on the outside of here, just in case, because they are master escape artists. And don't get me wrong, I know that's a big gate. I don't know how we're going to feed the trailer. We might have to come in the long way, because actually that is not a big gap, is it? Well, it might... No. I wouldn't like to try and just keep fitting buckets through there. I mean, just in case, because I value my eternit cladding. Do you know what I mean? Right, string. Do you know how delusional I am? I literally thought I would be able to move that. Like, honestly, I actually went in for like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be able to do it. Am I? Like, what even am I? Like, other than thick. So, how fast do you think I can move?
And there's lipstick on his collar, and I pull the alarms. More trouble than he's worth.
They were only ever really a temporary measure, you know, but they worked really well. No, you don't. So, I am filling up my IBC. My IBC sounded a bit Russian maybe then. Yeah, filling up my IBC. So sorry, I've got actual shit on my nose. That's interesting. Good luck for me, really good luck. But I can't let go of this because it'll literally fly out in the air. Maybe I can. So they won't be able to move this at all. I will go and get one extra gate just to give them a little bit more room in there. All of that needs tidying up and moving. But hence, that's exactly the reason why we wanted a gap here. We could have just let them have the whole area, but then we'd have been walking through cow SH1T. Obviously, this is not ideal, but 'tis Jersey, so it's very exciting. And obviously that food tastes better than any other food that we've got right now. So we've got to be in there, causing trouble. Wow, look how fast that fills. That is incredible. So yeah, I'm gonna give them a bit more room. This gap here is literally just to keep them off this door. We don't want them anywhere near it. They'll peel my no smoking stickers off, etc. And I don't think Red Tractor Man will be very happy if I say it was the cow's fault. I'm really sorry. I don't think that's a good excuse. It's a bit like the dog ate my homework, isn't it? I'm really sorry, sir. The cow chewed my sticker. Don't even think about it. I'm looking at you. Very naughty. Like volume washer for the win though. Look at that, literally has taken a couple of like minutes. How long have I been studying? 3 or 4 minutes? That's crazy. Right, I don't think they can move that. Do you think they can move that? I don't think they can move that. I think that'll do. Completely unreasonable behaviour. But you knew it was going to happen. So now they are free. Now they are free. Once they've got over that, and Roy's fed them at the feed fence, I think that the crowds will disperse. And once they're over the excitement of it, woo. Thank you to Colin Dawson, who brought me a comfy chair today. It is a lazy chair. Oh, this is good. Right underneath that. I'll just stay here. If anyone needs me, don't mind me. I'll just be putting my feet up in my lazy boy leather recliner underneath my sunlight. Do you know what? Oh, this is bliss. This is good. This is good. Right, I'm leaving the video there because I'm literally just going to go to sleep. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Love you long time, and I'll see you next time. I have not said that for ages.